Hi, my name is Emily Iannelli of T-Girl Angel, and I wanted to do a video about what the true spirit of Christmas means to me. As you can see in the backdrop is our little modest family Christmas tree. Now, my son has just turned 18, and as each year goes by, I try to find something to his liking for Christmas. Um, I find it more challenging year after year as to what my son would like. It's never easy, and I also have nieces and nephews to buy presents for. Plus, I live on a budget, so I try to budget my money accordingly so we can have somewhat of a family Christmas. Now, Christmas to me is about the significance is the birth of Jesus Christ and accepting him into your life and being true and faithful and finding happiness and also doing things unselfishly for other people. So something happened with me the other day that I wasn't expecting. Two things actually. And I'm on a fixed budget, but it was something that I felt I had to do something. Now, there are wonderful people in the world who are amazing. Like when you hear of natural disasters like Hurricane Sandy or Hurricane Katrina, there are literally people that go to those locations in the aftermath of the tragedy and disaster, along with the Red Cross, and they try to rebuild homes and communities for people who are suffering, who lost everything. Now, those are people in my book that are truly special because they give of their lives and their time and they think nothing of it. It's just they want to help and they love what they do. And I admire people like that who truly go the extra step and help others that are truly suffering, rebuilding homes, rebuilding communities. You know, my little experience last Monday, or this past Monday, was insignificant compared to what those people do. But I think in the spirit of Christmas, I would like to share at least, even though I don't really look upon it as anything that special. You know, when I go into New York City, I feel very sad. I love the city, but when I go there, I see a lot of homeless people. people living in the street, people begging for money. They have nothing to eat. They have nowhere to go. And it pains me to see that. And I wish there was something that I could do to help. Now, I'm only one person, and I have my own issues. I struggle with mental illness. I have bipolar disorder. I'm unfit to work at this point in my life and probably won't work. And I depend on my Social Security and my long-term disability. That's my income. That's why I live on a tight budget, because I have the responsibility of the house, maintaining the mortgage and the expenses. But every now and then I try to do what I feel I can do by making a sacrifice. Like, for instance, if I'm hungry and I want to buy pizza, or, go to Taco Bell or whatever, and I see someone who really needs money, I will forego going for the pizza or going to Taco Bell, and I will give them the money. And I am healthy. I don't need to always eat. So I'd rather give it to the people who truly need it. Now, I don't know what they're going to use it for, but I would assume that they're going to use it for food, you know, and be able to eat. But the problem is that, giving a little bit doesn't really last. And unfortunately, I'm not in a position to give more, and I can't give to everybody. What happened Monday was I had a wonderful day out with my friend the day before. We went to a hockey game at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, saw the Islanders play the Detroit Red Wings, and the Islanders lost in overtime. And I stayed over my friend's house. She's a sweet young lady. She's also transgender like myself. And she was very kind to me. She bought pizza, so we had a nice pizza dinner before we went to the hockey game on Sunday night. And then when we got to the hockey game, we enjoyed it, though we were, well, I'm not as big a hockey fan as my friend, but it was kind of a downer that the Islanders lost. And then we drove back home. My friend brought her car, so we drove back to her apartment, and I was a little hungry, so I had another slice of pizza. Cold pizza is not that bad, actually. And we watched a little TV, and I fell asleep, and she went to bed. And the next day, we hung out a little bit at her apartment. She was actually getting prepared later in the afternoon to go to see the Jets play. So we left around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and she showed me my way back to get to Penn Station. And I took the subway, and I was hanging around Penn Station, or actually before I got to Penn Station, I got off the subway at 6th Avenue, and then I entered from the Madison Square Garden entrance to Penn Station, and I saw this guy, sitting on like a milk carton, who had a sign that read that he needed help. He was down on his luck. He lost his job. He has a daughter fighting cancer, and I just felt pretty upset. I didn't. I didn't. I felt for the guy, and he seemed like he was troubled. So I went down the stairway because I didn't have any money. I had my debit card, and I went to my bank account, but unfortunately the ATM machine wasn't dispensing cash. So I had to go back up to the garden, to the other side where they have ATMs. And I took out a $20 bill. I didn't think twice about it. And I went back to the man and I said, "I wish you all the best." And I gave him the 20. And then I went my way. And then I was a little hungry, so I went to Pizza Hut, and I got those mini pizza personal pan pizzas that are so tiny and you pay a fortune for them, and a soda. Cost me almost $10 for that. And I had just finished eating the pizza, and I was almost done with my soda, and I saw this girl who looked like she was troubled. And I never usually approach someone directly asking if they need help, but something triggered me to ask her, and I said, do you need some help? And she smiled at me and she said, I'm hungry. So we went to the same Pizza Hut she wanted to get some dish, but it was going to take too long, so she changed her mind and she asked if I could give her money instead. So I told her I have to go up to the ATM machine. So she followed me, and I got even though I'm on a budget, I got a $20 bill for her, and I gave it to her, and she was very appreciative. And then she kind of caught me off guard, and she said, I'm really cold, freezing, and I need something to keep me warm. So I took her to Kmart, and I bought her a pair of pants she picked out. She asked if it was okay, a jacket, handbag, socks, and a pullover, like a sweatshirt. And I got her a couple of snacks and a soda, and the bill came out to about $70. So I put it on my credit card, and she then said she needed to go to the ladies' room so she could change. And then she asked one more favor of me, if I could buy cigarettes for her, and I said, that's about all I can do. So we went to I don't smoke or anything, so I never fortunately had that problem. But I got her 2 packs of cigarettes, and I didn't realize how expensive they are. It cost almost $30 just for 2 packs of cigarettes. So I wound up spending, I mean, I'm not, I spent $100 for the clothes and the cigarettes, and $20. So that was ever the most ever that I helped somebody who was homeless. Now, I can't do that every time, but I felt in my heart, and I believed in my heart, that I was doing the right thing. I didn't feel like she was taking advantage of me. I think she was really struggling. She was separated from her family. She was living in the streets. And I just happened to see her looking troubled, and I asked her if she needed help, and it wound up that she truly needed help. And when I think of Christmas and, buying presents for my son and my niece and nephews, which obviously I'm going to do, I still have to put a lot of thought into what I'm going to get. But I started to realize what Christmas truly is about. And it's about people and reaching out to those who are in trouble and don't have the things that we have. And I'm fortunate that I have what I have, because if I didn't have my disability, or my long-term disability, my social security disability, or my long-term disability, I wouldn't be able to afford my house, and I might be in the streets homeless myself with my family, and that's a horrible way to live. So I thought about it, and I have no regrets of, spending a little more than I had expected to. I felt this girl needed help, and I was there to help her. And I think that that's really what Christmas is about, just trying to help people as best you can. One person, I did something that I think was noble, but could I do that every day? Certainly not. But I think if you are able, it's not such a bad thing. In fact, it's a good thing. So, in the spirit of Christmas, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Love you all. Merry Christmas and happy birthday, Maddie. I love you, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you at home. Be well. Take care.